Hello and welcome everyone. My name's Michelle with Paper Stamp Inc. And today I want to share with you how to make a simple thank you card using the hinge step method on the Stamparatus. This is a great way to get that rainbow effect, and your stamps are going to just line up perfectly. Very simple, quick card, but has a great impact. So let's go ahead and grab our paper, stamp, and ink, and let's get started. I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 inch Whisper White thick cardstock for our base. It's been scored at 5 1/2 and folded over. And then I have a piece of 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 Blueberry Bushel for the matting, and this color is just such a vibrant blue. I'm loving this blue. So I think I'm going to be stocking up on some of that paper because it's going fast on my end. And then I have a piece of the 4 by 5 1/4 Whisper White for the stamping for our front panel. I'm going to be using the Daisy Delight stamp set, and this also comes with a coordinating punch for this large daisy, so that makes it very versatile. I love the stamp set. I have used it for so many different designs, but today we're going to be just using the sentiments from there because I love the beautiful script of this thank you, and we're going to use the For Your Kindness as well. And the only other piece of product we're going to need besides adhesives and our Stamparatus are a couple pieces of the 1/8 inch gross grain Blueberry Bushel ribbon. Now I have this cut into 2 pieces, and I'll share a little bit more with you later when we get to tying our bow on why I do that. So let's go ahead and get started on stamping. Now I'm going to be using the inks. Sorry, because we do have one more product, the inks that we're going to be using for the stamping, and to get that rainbow effect, we're going to play with the new in colors. We've got our lovely lipstick for the red, Grapefruit Grove for the orange, Pineapple Punch for the yellow, Call Me Clover for the green, and Blueberry Bushel for the blue. Aren't those just beautiful colors? And they line up perfectly to make a rainbow. Now, if you haven't played with Stamparatus, one thing that makes it easier in getting the ink onto your images or onto your stamps is to put something underneath this so that it lays a little flatter. Now, I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to get ink on my fingers because I always get ink on my fingers, but this helps a little bit. Maybe some of you are a little bit neater stampers than I am, but you can always tell when I've been playing with my inks, that's for sure. So we're going to go ahead and ink that up. Now, this does come, the Stamparatus, with 2 of these acrylic panels that are on hinges. I just don't have the top one on because I'm not using it right now, so I've got it set aside out of the way. What that allows you to do, though, is these can be picked up, simply rotated around, and you've got, in essence, 4 separate panels that you can use, 2 on this one and 2 on the top hinge. So if you're doing multiple images and you're wanting to do a lot of sets of cards, you have maybe some 2-step stamping, stamping in and a sentiment, then you don't have to keep moving that. Now, the other thing that's great about that Stamparatus is I missed getting a little bit of ink on that thank you. I didn't like that there was one spot that I felt was a little light, so all I had to do was re-ink and put that down, and it's going to go right in the exact same place. So no worrying about lining it up. I know the photopolymer makes it much easier, but still it can be a little tricky to get exactly where you want to be on those sentiments. Now, so we're going to pick this up, move it down 1 hinge, and we're going to use our Grapefruit Grove. And just like that, we're going to have 2 of our colors done. And I am apparently missing getting that edge there. So we're going to go again, ink that up, put it down, and there you go. Nice and full image. So with this, I'm using the photopolymer stamps for this set, and it does have the mat that goes underneath to give you that extra cushioning you need for the photopolymer. However, you can take that mat out if you are using clear mount stamps. So those would be the rubber ones that were taken off the blocks and have that little bit of foam backing. So you don't really need the foam pad. However, I've used my clear mount stamps without taking that mat out, and it works just fine. So you do want to know and be careful with these magnets. It actually comes with 2 magnets when you purchase the Stamparatus, and they are very, very strong. So I only use one. I store the other one on the back so that I have a spare, but if you let them get too close together, they are likely to attract each other, and if they pull to each other with some force, which they are likely to do, you are going to end up with a cracked magnet or 2. So you want to keep those apart from each other. If you do want to feel like you need 2 of them, keep them on opposite ends of your card. So I'm going to use the Call Me Clover for our green, and then we just got one more card. Now we do have a new Simply Chamois that's great for cleaning off your stamps. However, I don't think it works as great or as easily on the Stamparatus. I find going to my baby wipes is the easiest method for me. So, and the last color, my favorite, Blueberry Bushel. Scrumptious. Oops, put that one down. Now you may have noticed, if you're looking closely at my stamps, you may see, oh, there's a line in between the thank and the you. Her stamp must be damaged. No, it's not damaged. I just prefer to cut my sentiments apart sometimes, and that gives me the option of stacking the sentiments. So I can take the thank and the you and stack them up. Gives me more versatility with my stamps to fit into different areas as I am making my cards. So we're going to go ahead and put that Stamparatus aside, and we're going to put this card together. Show you how quickly this is going to finish up. I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Now, to adhere my ribbon on, I prefer to do the wraparound and the bow separately. I just find I can get a flatter bow if I do it that way. And let's put it on the correct end of the card. When I'm working backwards, I gotta keep that in mind. We're going to use some score tape. You could use double-sided tape. You could use glue or tape runner, whatever your preferred method is. I find that the score tape works great for this kind of any kind of fabric or ribbon. Gives that extra hold. So I'm just going to line this up here and stick that down. It looks like I've got a little more than I probably needed, but that's okay, because we can just trim that right off when we're done, or we can just leave it there and it's going to tuck behind the back of the card. And I'm going to move that over just a tad. So if you are interested in any products, I will have my website. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I will have my website listed in the description box. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Representative, I would appreciate your support. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this down. Now, my favorite glue that I like to use is the Combo Mono Multi for most purposes. I just prefer the liquid glue. It gives me a little bit of wiggle room, and you don't need much of this stuff. So just a very quick little swirl there. And there we go. Now here's where we're going to come in with this other piece. So rather than trying to tie a bow on the card, I find it easiest to go ahead and just tie a bow separately. So I'm going to make my little bunny ears and pull that knot nice and tight. Just fuss with it until you get it the size that you want. Keep tightening it up. And you got that excess trim. We'll cut that off, and use a glue dot to adhere that down. So that's it for today. Very quick and easy card using the Stamparatus and the Daisy Delight and the new in colors of ink. Oh, one more step. we'll go ahead and put that to, adhere that to our base. You guys were all going, wait, stop, you're not done, weren't you? So I'm going to adhere that to the base, and now we're done. There you go. Ta-da! Thank you. And if you enjoyed what you saw today, please, I would appreciate a thumbs up for the video. And if you would consider subscribing to my channel, don't forget to tap the bell, so that you can get notifications of future videos. In the meantime, keep creating. Thanks.